Hello, guys. I have a very nice question for you that I'm going to answer and share my thoughts on this today. And this question came into my comments under one of my videos. And I decided to make a separate video on that because this is a very common and very relevant question that I personally had when I struggled with insomnia. And I just want to share my insights, the way how I think about it. And I hope that some of you might find it helpful. But as always, I just want to say that nothing here is medical advice or psychotherapy advice. I am not a doctor, not a psychologist, or any other type of professional like that. I'm just someone who went through insomnia myself and now currently sharing my experience and my insights with others. So I'm just gonna read the part of the comment and then I'm gonna get to answering it. So the person asks, when I find myself in bed, I no longer know what to do to fall asleep. Meditate, do nothing, allow me to think. I definitely have a brain that always wants to solve problems. And I think that everyone's brain is problem solver naturally. So in some people it might be more prominent, in some less, but our brains are designed to watch out for any potential problems or threats and then look for solutions or ways how to avoid that. So they always want to get to certainty, get to control, and of course this is a natural feature that is not something that we can easily kind of turn off. What to do in bed is something, there is no clear answer. There is no definite answer that yes, we need to meditate as we go and lie in bed, or we need to do this or do nothing or think about this or don't think about this, because it is not really about actions. And I've been saying this on many videos that I made. It is all about our intention, because we can meditate and we can do it with the intention to force sleep, to control sleep, and that can backfire. Or we can also do the opposite of basically doing nothing. And if that we are doing with the intention to make sleep happen, that is also going to be it is going to backfire. So I would say that if we ask anyone who never had experience with insomnia, they don't worry about their sleep, they just go lie in bed and then just fall asleep, and then we ask them, okay, what do you do before you fall asleep? What is it like? What do you think about, or what you're not thinking about? And I'm sure that the person would not be able to give us some clear answer that is going to be helpful to us, because in reality it is the absence of doing anything that allows sleep to happen smoothly. We are not thinking about it. But again, I want to bring your awareness into this kind of brain's tendency to make a solution out of everything. So when we know that for sleep to happen, we don't need to do anything, it can turn that, not doing into doing. So we deliberately stop doing everything. So we don't meditate, we don't try to do anything, we just lie in bed, trying to have no intention. But because we are doing it with the intention, we are doing it more prescriptively, this is when it can actually lead to the opposite outcome. And then the person might get very frustrated because they would say something like, I did nothing, but I still couldn't sleep. So what the hell am I supposed to do now? And just to share my personal experience here, I think the problem, where real suffering comes from, is not from the fact that that we cannot choose what or we don't know what the exact activity or non-activity we should do, but it is more about that state of indecisiveness, state of uncertainty that is very unpleasant. We don't want to spend our energy on trying to figure out something that doesn't have a definite answer. So that state of uncertainty, the kind of fluctuation or indecisiveness is something that we find that it's not pleasant. We don't want to be in that kind of an indecisive state. We feel like we should know the answer, and we always feel like there should be some solution to the problem. So we begin to look for that solution. But the mere act of looking for a solution is something that produces the problem. So my insight here, I would say the first insight that I want to share with you might sound a little bit weird, but it is not really about addressing or choosing the right activity. It is more about becoming comfortable with the fact that we cannot choose, or we cannot choose the right option, because there is no such thing as the right thing to do before bed, because there is nothing that controls sleep, nothing that can externally, like, or like a thought or an activity, or any object, nothing can create sleep except for our bodies. They do it passively without our involvement. So when we allow ourselves this indecisiveness, when we allow ourselves to not know what the hell we are supposed to do, when we become comfortable with that uncertainty, this is when I believe things begin to change. We begin to allow ourselves the fact that on some nights we might not know what to do, and we might make some decisions, and then those decisions might not be the best ones, and then we will change them again, and so on and so on. So we allow ourselves here freedom to let's say, if there is uncertainty, to freedom to experience uncertainty, freedom to make mistakes, freedom to let's say, be indecisive, be the person who just cannot decide, and normalize that, not kind of like push it away from ourselves, because the harder we try to get the answer, the further away that answer will be, so it will not come naturally to us. And when we really lower that pressure, when we stop trying hard to find the right solution or the right activity to do before bed, or the right thought to think, and we allow ourselves just to have that question open, this is when the absence of that pressure naturally can give us some clues what we want actually to do. And maybe the answer could be really like, I just feel like meditation. I just feel like doing meditation, and I just want to relax my thought, and I will do it regardless of what will happen after, whether I will sleep or whether I will not sleep. This is the exact thing that makes sense for me to do in this particular moment, and I'm going to choose it. And if I want to change my mind later on, I can change that, and I can do something else. I'm allowed to choose, I'm allowed to make choices, and then change my mind. And basically we allow ourselves to be humans who not always know what to do. And now, from this place of allowing ourselves to be indecisive, to not know what to do, to have freedom to choose whatever we want to do, the actual answer in terms of like what to do at night as I lie in bed before falling asleep, the answer is it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what we do. It's more about why we do it, why we are not doing it, and more about like discovering that freedom, that it is okay to not know something. It is okay to be human and be in uncertain situations. And paradoxically, by becoming comfortable with the uncertainty, this is when we begin to feel more at peace, and from that place, that's where the magic happens.